done it again. Today on Rex Hunt Fishing Adventures, we devote the whole show to tracking down the elusive Yellowtail Kingfish. And folks, the human broom Bushy and I head to the kingfish-rich waters off the Gold Coast, and boy, do we strike it rich.
Wahoo wins.
Rex.
Gun fishing. Kissing them, going them back. Wahoo wins.
Rex.
Gun fishing. Kissing them, going them back.
Tell you what, Bushy, I was absolutely honoured to ride in your new acquisition. We must be paying you too much, are we, at Rex Hunt?
That's the Rex Hunt U-Butte car.
I think it is the K Bush artificial reef to go on the 40 fathom mark here off Tweed Heads. Tweed Heads. Now, I've introduced the folks to many people before, but I really can't say that we're going out with Peter Bollock and his Decky John on Seamaster Charters.
Everyone will be out if we...
So don't tell anyone, folks. We've been promised a Yellowtail Kingfish.
And a big one.
We've been promised a lot of things before. Let's see if they produce the goods. Keep it to yourself. Let's go, Bushy.
Oh, yes. You're not having fun, are you?
That's what fishing's supposed to be, you idiot.
This is serious business here. We're supposed to be...
Talk to the kids about the fact that you and I sometimes can't get off the bait ground.
Well, especially for the kids, this bait fishing is supposed to be deadly serious. We're supposed to be collecting bait so we go out and catch real fish. But Rexy and I are having a ball here on these small fish. And the gear that we're using is just a light spinning reel and a fairly light rod and line about 10 pound, so we can get quite a bit of distance with the little jigs. And that means that we can cover schools of fish if these things pop up on the surface, which they're doing.
Very busy here, folks. Boys with the big Alvies are going well with the live bait, and Bushy and I having a little bit of fun here, and that's what it's all about. Just testing out a little bit of new gear. 3 kilo line. This is the bonito. What a nice looking fish. And I tell you what, come here, mate, he's got teeth in there, so we'll watch him. And the main difference, Bushy, if I can have that one, between the two is the fact is you've got a mac tuna on the bottom and a bonito on the top. You can see the mac tuna, he's got all that motley business on the top and he's a real speedster. And that particular bonito, recognised by a lot of people as the chicken of the sea. I tell you what, I think I'd rather eat an emu. But still, some people's taste buds are you know where, folks. Sorry about the water on the lens. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, look at the whip on that rod. Tell you what, in such a deep ocean area, that is just fantastic to be using 2-ounce sinker on a heavy outfit like this, 50 pound gel spun, charter special rod. And I tell you what, you can really put the fun back into deep sea bottom bouncing like this, just lifting and winding, putting minimum effort on the fish. And I reckon we might have a couple here. Get a couple of good live baits again. The top one and the bottom one are exactly the same. Some sort of trevally. I tell you what, they're beautiful looking fish. I reckon go and live bait again. I'll get our Decky John to look after these because We're here for a bit of bottom bouncing, folks, and we're going to do that to the best of our ability. But we're also here chasing a yellowtail kingfish. So stick around, because coming up after the break, we hope we're going to show you what we're talking about. This is Rex Hunt Fishing Adventures with a frog in his throat.
Wahoo!
Yibbity yibbity, 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 yibbity yibbity.
With Rex. Gone fishing.
Just like any live bait fishing, folks, it's the waiting game. Whether you're in the ocean or up the top of some bass stream or casting for trout in a beautiful pristine river, Bushy, you can just never ever say when it's going to happen, but you just got to put in the time.
I reckon we'll get one sooner or later.
Peter, our skipper, is meticulously working the depth sounder to find out exactly where we should drift, and that's an important thing with charter operations, and that's why they're the skipper and we're the customers, because they know where the fish are. We've got some live baits down. We've got the beautiful backdrop of part of the Gold Coast, Tweed Heads, Coolangatta. I tell you what, it's a nice place to be in my office, folks. I just hope I get a bit busy.
Something's banging around, but oh, big one! Yay! You told me these fish were only tame. Come on! Oh, it's supposed to come this way. This is what it's all about, folks. This is fishing. Rex Hunt's fishing. Holy hell! Holy dooly! I'm not coming out with these blokes again, Rex.
Hang on a minute. Cut. We can't do any of this, folks. This is. He's fair dinkum. I'm sorry, Bushy. I thought you were mucking around.
Oh, well,
Roll the camera, Harry.
I think I've got him stopped.
You going to nominate it?
Yeah, I'd say it's a kingy.
Do you?
Ooh.
It's that big that it's actually pushed the runners of your rod around the wrong way. You got a bit to come yet?
Yes.
Isn't this fantastic? Oh, I tell you what, this is quite serious, folks. This might have been. Oh,
Come on, this way, not that way.
I don't know whether Bushy's fishing or he's in surgery at the minute, having that little operation I had
I
a couple
talked to
of
you,
weeks
folks,
ago.
but I'm having a bit of trouble.
But it's a very good example of angling, because at this particular stage, 99% of the population would have actually broken off, and that's when the breaking strain comes into it. The breaking strain is that time when the angler has run out of patience. But not Bushy. He's using this magnificent outfit. Come round here with Harry. We've got to get this in. It's going to be a beautiful fish.
Weight training, if you want to come up the Tweed Heads, I reckon this will be a good kicking race.
Do you?
I think we've got him off the bottom, so we've got some sort of a show. Ooh, there's a lot of puffing going on here, but I tell you what, there's 50-pound gel spun on this reel, and I'm fishing at about 49 and a half. Oh, come on.
You gave it plenty.
But he's up
But you
in a-
have to, don't you?
Oh, look, he
They
would have
don't
got me
call
back
him-
in the bottom.
They don't call them kingfish.
Oh, we got a gaff or a big net, or starting to feel a bit confident here.
Yeah, we got the gaff here, but just take it
I might
easy, son.
need it.
Take it easy. We've got no colour yet. Does he
Ooh.
feel a big fish, does he?
Oh, it's a big fish. It's about as big as I want to catch.
Is it?
Oh, he's going for the bottom again.
What is the secret in fighting big fish for long periods of time? Go to the gym.
That's where I think I should have been. But if you are fighting fish for a long period of time, you have to pace yourself a bit. But in this situation, we're fishing the bait very close to the reef. So those first few minutes are vital. You just can't afford to let that fish get its head down and get back in the reef. And I wouldn't like to say we're going to win here, but at least we've got him a bit away from the bottom. So.
And another more important thing is that you must actually make sure, folks, that your terminal tackle is tied with the very, very best of knots, and you use nice strong doubles and nice strong trace, because anything can happen when we start to get a bit of a look at this. This fish gets a look at the dial on Bushy and I, he's going to say it's a horror show.
Oh, this is a pretty serious fish, Rex. I think this is the biggest thing I've ever had on since I've been working on the show.
Is it really?
Yeah. I might have to just move into that corner a bit, Harry, if I can get around there. Because at this stage of the fight, what you have to watch out for is if the line touches the boat, because you're at close quarters and the fish can charge anywhere. Here he is, we've got colour. He's not small.
What is it, a yakka or something?
He's not small. That was on a yellowtail, yeah.
I said, is it a yakka?
No,
Might be the yakka from the deep.
This is the biggest yakka you'll
This
ever
is
want to
not
see.
one of these kingies from Lord Howe, the two dogs catching kingfish.
Here he comes,
or
Harry.
Kingfish. Have a look at that. Have a look at that.
There he is.
Wow.
Right in the corner of the mouth.
Look, what I'm going to do is I'll grab him by the tail, I think.
Get him by the tail. Give you folks a look at him, but whew.
He's gone. Sorry, Bushy. Very, very sorry about that.
Well, that's all right. He's happy, Rex.
Well, I suppose it's probably best that he does fight.
Yeah, you won't be
Another
you won't be
day.
harmed anyway. At least you've got to have a look at him.
I'm sorry about that,
That's
Bushy.
okay.
Will you ever forgive me?
In about 5 minutes, I'll probably forgive you. I'll show you this rig anyway, and I stole it from a guy called Steve Butler, who exclusively fishes kingfish in the Bay of Islands in New Zealand. Now, you wouldn't think it looks much like a kingy rig. It looks more like a traditional pattern oyster or snapper rig, but it's got thick jinkai on the bottom, about 200 pound, and then we've got a tricky little hook there. It's sort of almost a tuna circle hook, and that normally grabs the bait just by the front of the mouth, and when a kingy takes it, you just feel him, or when he's got his mouth around it, you yank. You don't let them run, and that always hooks them in the corner of the mouth where that one was. But it's just unfortunate he was only around that bit of skin.
Yeah.
Good little rig.
Anyhow, we didn't kiss and release. We'd have released him. Oh, I missed the gaff shot. You're working out for yourself, folks. But the old kingfish king himself, Bushy, he's done it. Must be the moustache.
I don't think I can catch another one.
Now, I've been getting a few letters on the internet and the intermail and the interdominion and all this sort of stuff. What is this?
What is that?
Yeah.
Well, that's my missus actually puts a snap swivel through that, and she ties me up after I've been fishing for a week.
Thank you very much, you idiot.